We live? Hey, hello everyone. Hopefully, let me see something here. I don't know how this is. Hold on. See if I can change the Bluetooth. I don't know if the sound is coming through. Hang on here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay in there? Is there audio at all? Candy, there's Candy. Hey everyone. You can hear me? Okay. So interesting set of circumstances going on here right now. Yeah, I'm in King George. It's like the apocalypse is happening right now. The power went out. I don't know, like 3 hours ago, and the whole neighborhood is dark. I mean, it's you can't see anything. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of weird. But I'm sitting out there on my porch. My phone's about to die, and I'm like, I guess I'll go out into the van and charge my phone because I'm pathetic, and here it is. But I told Lisa, I said, well, if I'm going to go charge my phone, maybe I'll stream from my phone. So here we are. I don't really know what we're going to talk about here tonight because this is, this is not supposed to be happening this way. But, it is what it is. So the storm that came through here, it was like 5 minutes. And then it was some rain. It was some, what do we have here? I saw lights, not lights from the power, but a car driving by. I'm sitting out in front of my house in my van. So anyway, the storm was quick. It just came through, and then power went out, and now here we are. So, yes, Lily named the fish appear to be fine. I don't think that's going to be a real issue. Now, if they're going to be out, if this is going to be out for a significant amount of time, then I'll be concerned. But no, they all seem to be fine. It doesn't seem to be causing a huge issue with them. The power company is on their website saying that it should be back on by like 10 o'clock, which probably means 11, 12, we'll see. My job to get power back on after storms been a long few days, I can imagine. Are you on a stakeout? Yeah, I'm staking out my neighbors here. If anybody, you see, this is what's funny about a situation like this. The power's out everywhere. My neighborhood is completely dark, and I'm sitting in my van with the lights on, waving my hands and talking. The people people directly across the street from us and the people next door, they know that we have a YouTube channel, and they've actually, my neighbors have come on to here a couple of times. But if anybody that doesn't know, they would probably look out their window and be like, what is that weirdo doing? Or they just think I'm completely pathetic because I'm out here doing a live stream on a YouTube channel. But I don't think that's pathetic because it just shows I'm here. And, it's been a rough week because we missed 10 things on Sunday, if you didn't notice. A lot of people probably didn't even realize it. And now they're like, oh, yeah, I didn't see a 10 Things episode on Sunday. But the bottom line is this. Lisa could tell you. She's in the chat right now. She could tell you license and registration. I can find it. I was editing it, working on it on Saturday, and it wasn't ready. It just did not. I didn't have a good feeling about it. And then we get to Sunday morning, and I still didn't feel good about it. I felt like it was off. It wasn't bad. It's not like I scrapped the video. It just wasn't. It wasn't ready. And so I told her, I said, you know what? I'd rather not put up a video at all than put up something that I'm not happy with. So that's what happened on Sunday. Nothing catastrophic, nothing major. It was just, I wasn't happy with the video. It will be out this Sunday, though. Everything's going to be good. But the one on Sunday, it just wasn't ready. So, and it is 10 things that every fish keeper should have. That's what the 10 Things episode is going to be that goes up this Sunday. So that was followed up with, on Tuesday, the kid, her softball team lost. and did not advance in the playoffs, which was a real bummer. They were leading up until the sixth inning. They play seventh inning. They play 7 innings in high school softball, and everything kind of fell apart in the seventh, and they lost. So there was all of that, and then now here we are with the power off and not able to do a real live stream. So it's been a week. It's been an interesting week. As far as what's going on as far as fish go, not a lot, unfortunately, because it's just been one of those weeks. God, I sit in this van enough already. It's just weird that I'm out here talking to you in my van. If you don't know, my full-time job, what I do to pay the bills, I have a furniture repair business. I go to people's houses and I fix their furniture, and this is the van that I use for that. So tonight I'm using it for my live stream. So anyway, here come the cops again. Nope, somebody pulling up the street, and that's my neighbor. He's probably like, what is that loser doing? So, okay, let's see. Oh, Lisa is doing this. Yes, I'm glad she's doing this because we talked about it last week, and if you're not aware, Lisa has her own YouTube channel, and she's been playing around with it, having fun with it over the last couple of weeks because she brought in some rescue cats, 5 kittens and a mama cat, and she has been Lisa called the cops on me. So she's been taking care of these kittens and the mama cat, and she's been doing a great job of it. And she needs to have surgery done on the mama cat, and she's been talking about that on her channel. Lisa, put up a link to your channel. Do that. Figure it out. This is where she would say to me, "I don't know how to do that. How do you do that?" Hey, look, there's my nephew. Sam Cropper is my nephew. He could literally walk over here right now and knock on my window. He lives 7 doors down from us. I was over at their house earlier. That's one of the things going on. I went over to their house today to pick up a window unit air conditioner for the garage. We're going to be using that for, there she goes. I don't know how. We're going to be using that for the fish room. So there's Lisa's channel. There's the link to it. Thank you, Candy. Lisa, if you don't know how to do it, just ask Candy. That's how you do it. But anyway, where was I going? That's really all that's going on in the fish room. Not really a whole lot of other stuff. But I was talking about the cats. Lisa started a small, very small GoFundMe. And there has been a couple of people. Lisa, I want you to do me the favor, because I wasn't talking about it then. I want you to put their names in there again. There's been a couple of big-time donators to that. The reason why she started the GoFundMe for the cats is because people were emailing us saying, how do we contribute to the GoFundMe for the cats? And Lisa said, well, I'll start a GoFundMe. There we go. And there's been a couple of big donators. I think there's been like 3 or 4 people that have donated money, a couple of them big money, to this GoFundMe. The GoFundMe is going to be to, the cat needs surgery, multiple surgeries. The mama cat needs to have one of her eyes removed. I know that sounds horrible, but the eye is really damaged really bad. And then one of her paws is also injured. I don't know if it's going to require surgery, but then we also want to spay her. So there's all 3 of those things that need to happen with that cat, and it's expensive. And so that's what the GoFundMe is for. It's a small amount because they are cutting her a break because it's a rescue. So Lisa made me promise that I would not beg people for money, and I'm not going to do that. I never have begged anyone for money ever. But there's the names right there, and I don't even know how to say them. Cowdapunk, Cindy 425, and Miss Grumps, which I was so happy to see Miss Grumps because I thought she was mad at me. But you know why I thought that, Miss Grumps. But I'm glad you're not mad at me. We can all be friends. But anyway, anybody that is interested, if you're a cat lover and you want to contribute, you can certainly do that. I think there it is. Candy just put the Can you tell? I'm a little off, just a little off tonight. So there's been that going on with the cats and the fish room. And thank you to the people that have contributed to that. I don't have anything to do with it. All I do is pet the cats and play with them, and they're so cute and adorable. Pop his lung nuts on his That was weird. Didn't understand that. But Nisi said something about having a wrench. Haven't you always had one? I know who you are. You've been gone for a while. I know that. What about the 5 kittens? We're going to find homes for the kittens. They're all perfectly healthy, perfectly fine. We're going to find homes for them. So we'll see there. Someone's saying here, Ian Hill. Ian Hill, hi, first time live, but love the channel. Thank you. I promise the live streams are not normally like this. This is unique circumstances. My power's out in my whole neighborhood, and so I'm talking to you from my van. That's interesting. Are we keeping any of the cats? I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to keep the mama cat. And you know what might happen? My vote, because we've already got cats, my vote is that mama cat becomes a fish room cat. It's going to be nice in there. We'll give her a nice little bed, and it's going to be air conditioned. It's going to be heated. She'll be happy in there. So better than running around in the wild, right? So there we go. Hopefully you got a generator for the fish. If you were up here in Canada, I would help. Well, thank you very much for that. No, I don't have a generator, and the reason why, I've lived in King George for 10 years now, and this is the first time my power has ever been out for longer than like maybe 20 minutes. It's just never really been an issue. When we were at the shop, it never went out. It went out one time, and it was out for maybe a half an hour. And I don't know that it's ever gone out at any of our houses. I mean, it's never really been a problem. We've just been lucky because we live in the country, and when there's big storms and trees fall and all of that, power goes out everywhere. But for us, it's never really been an issue. So I haven't bought a generator. But like I said, is that in the current? Is that in the 10 things coming up, or is that in? I don't know. In one of the 10 Things episodes, I think it's the one that's going to upload this Sunday, I said, do you want a way to guarantee your power will never go out? Buy a generator. Because if you have a generator, your power will never go out. That happened to me. I bought a generator like 20 years, oh no, it wasn't 20 years ago. Who am I kidding? Let's say 15 years ago. Who cares? It was like maybe, who cares? And the power kept going out where we lived. And I bought a generator, and it never went out again. So that's what happened. So if I go buy a generator, it would guarantee that our power would never go out. Sam, come on down. Come down here, Sam. I will wait for you. You come down and come sit in the chair right next to me, and you can be on here. And there's a reason why you all would want to meet Sam. It's a good thing because Sam, if you have watched any of my episodes of You Ought to Know, I put them up every Wednesday. It used to be Tuesdays, now it's Wednesdays. If you've ever watched an episode of You Ought to Know, the song that plays on every episode of You Ought to Know was written and performed and recorded by Sam. So if he came down here and sat here with me, you'd be able to meet the artist that created that song. Very, very cool. So let's see what Miss Grumps had to say to make the mama cat, the fish room cat. There you go. You're too good to us, Miss Grumps. There's so many people that are so good to us. And like I said, I thought you were mad at me, so this is very nice. Sam, let me tell you something. If you walk down here, you better be flashing your light or something before you walk up, because if you walk up here and scare me on YouTube in front of 115 people, I'm going to be mad at you. So don't do that. Don't scare me. And he won't walk down here either. He'll drive from 7 doors down. I know my nephew. See, now y'all are going to have me looking out the windows. John gets swatted. I do not have the saltwater tank anymore because when I moved, I gave it to a friend, and he still has it, and I've seen him post pictures of it. and he's enjoying it. So don't say that. Yeah, Kevin, those are actually bad words. Todd Lancaster, thank you so much for the donation to Mama Cat Surgery. Look at that. They're coming in. How about that? We weren't even doing this for that, but it is what it is. So it's going to happen, and I'm going to be mad. He's going to scare me, and it's not even going to be funny. It's not going to be funny at all. But anyway, what are you vaping on? Just got into making e-juice. It actually is a liquid that I made for myself. Is he pulling up? No, that's not him. Maybe it is. I think Sam might be pulling up here behind me. It's either that or it's the cops. It is him. All right. So Sam's going to get in here and join us.
Time to make my YouTube debut.
I was waiting. I was like, he's going to come in here and scare me. Oh, the light. You didn't think it was going to be all like this, did you? So you're going to have to lean over. I'm your uncle.
Alrighty.
Is that your car? Who is that?
That is Allie's car.
Oh.
We got Scout with us.
Oh, cool. So, So this is Sam. He's the one that was harassing me earlier. Get in the picture, Sam. He is my least favorite nephew, but he lives the closest to me, so I let him hang out here. But he's the one that did that song I was just talking about. If you don't know the song, it's our intro song, and it is the song that plays out throughout all of our You Ought to Know episodes. So that's the guy right there. What is that song called?
Monster.
See? I wish I knew that. How is it that I've been using that for a year? I didn't even know that was the name of the song. Because the file that you sent me says KG Tropical song. So I thought it was called KG Tropical song.
It is called Monster. I wrote that in like 2015, a long time ago.
Tell everybody why you are a musician. Tell them.
I'm a musician because this man right here, when I was like 5, I came over to his house.
I think you were 8. Or no,
I was young.
Maybe you were 5.
I was really young.
Okay, maybe you were.
And Guitar Hero 2. And Guitar Hero Rocks the 80s is what he showed me. And when I was 9 years old, because of Guitar Hero, I picked up a guitar, and then the rest is history.
Sam is someone that has my blood in him. So that means that whatever he does, he obsesses over it at an unhealthy level.
Very unhealthy.
And when he started playing the guitar, why do you keep burping?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
It was an obsession, and it was one of those things where it was. I wish I could think of an analogy. He always had his guitar on him all the time, and this is like a 9-year-old kid walking around with a guitar, always. And no one fart. Look at these people, really. But yeah, and he is extraordinarily talented. I'm not saying that because he's sitting here with me. He absolutely is. He's played on stage with some of the members of Guns N' Roses and Aerosmith and all of this. The kid knows what he's doing. He's got really cool tattoos. He lives right down the street from me, and he's going to help me carry the 125-gallon tanks up from the basement.
Absolutely.
Into the garage. So it's good to have him around, too. And I wish you could see it, because here we go. Somebody's there. How dare you? Who is that? Is it Tori?
I don't know.
Somebody just knocked on the door and ran away. Did somebody come with you, or?
Tori's with me, yeah.
So, what was I saying?
CJ?
I don't know.
Someone's hiding behind the truck.
People are playing games now. Whoever it is,
get over here,
you rascal. I wish you could see it right now. What a disaster this is. This kid, he doesn't believe me, and he doesn't want to admit it. You can't see because it's dark and everything, but it is CJ.
Mom told me to do it.
He looks like Post Malone because of the man bun.
Because apparently a man bun means you're Post Malone.
When you have brown hair and you wear it in a man bun, you look like Sam Malone. Sam Malone. His name's Sam Malone now.
Just like everyone thinks you're Bruce Willis and Paul Giamatti.
Latest has been Thanos.
Thanos, okay.
I'll take Thanos. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Are you okay with only half of your face being on the screen?
I'm good.
There's 118 people. I usually have like 300 people watching, but this is a disaster because we're out in my van. So they didn't throw And on fire smell, what? I don't know what that is. From Cheers. What's from Cheers? These people are just having a full conversation. I don't even know what it is. Does the K in KG Tropical stand for Kurt? No. Kurt? Who's Kurt? This is an awesome video. Do you think so? This is a disaster if you're asking me. But it's cool now because he's here.
Yeah.
So
I'm the real famous one, right?
He definitely is. You played on stage with Joe Perry.
Joe Perry, Bumblefoot from Guns N' Roses, Lou Gramm from Foreigner, Steve Morse from Deep Purple.
You see what I'm saying here?
And I met several others.
This is what happened with this kid. So look at this, and we're getting money now.
Digging the new format.
Yeah, trust me, he ain't making no more appearances on my. No way. Are you blocking the street? Because this is a very busy cul-de-sac.
I know,
here.
so busy.
So, yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna head back, get some sleep.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. This weekend with the tanks,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Pull up on the handle. Yeah, get out of here. I got it. Beat it. I got to figure out how to put that light on, because that looks a lot better, doesn't it? Or maybe this looks a little bit more mischievous. So, yeah, let's get back to Chad Krotz. Thank you, Chad. And I did read yours. It says, digging the new format. You know what? I like to have fun with this. And this is not normal, but will you ever build a pond or get stingrays? The random channel asks. Randomly, he asks that. And the answer to both of those questions is yes, but the stingrays will be first, because we have a 400-gallon tank. Let's see. Say bye to Sam. I love that kid. So we have a 400-gallon aquarium on the way. And that tank is going to house arowanas, Oscars, and stingrays. Toodles. I just said toodles in front of 119 people. I said toodles. So the answer to your question is yes. I will be keeping stingrays. They will be Matoro stingrays, because the dark van goes well with the ambiance. Cool. All right, there we go. Well, we'll keep it that way. I'll do it this way every week if y'all like it. But yeah, that's the plan with the 400-gallon tank. Silver arowanas, because I can't get the Asians. I like silvers anyway, because that's what introduced me to this hobby. Oscars, lemon Oscars in particular, and Matoro stingrays. So the answer to your question is yes. The pond, don't know when that's going to happen. I wish I could get those guys from Chicago to come to my property and build a pond on my property. I should talk to them. I talked to them when I was in Chicago. Ed, I think was his name, actually knew who I was, which was kind of cool. Isn't that his name, Ed, the bald guy? I'm pretty sure his name is Ed. I usually know all bald people. But, yeah, I talked to them when I was there. He knew who I was, but that didn't mean anything. It's not like he was like, oh, can we please come build a pond? But I would love to do that. I'd love to have those guys come out. Or Eric Triplett. Him and I talked about that too. But I don't know when that's going to be. Who knows? It'll be a bit. That's all I can say. But a pond, absolutely. It's been a dream of mine for many, many years to do a pond. So that light looks very, very dim. Are you in your closet? No, you must have just joined us. My power is out at my house, so I'm sitting in my van, charging up my phone, and talking to all of you beautiful people. That's what's going on here. What do you think about pond goldfish, KG? I have a few. Love them. I love pond goldfish. I mean, if you're talking about comets, if you're talking about shabunkins, stuff like that, I love them, and I love koi, of course. Who doesn't love koi? I think if a person doesn't love koi, that person should probably just be killed, because we don't need them around. I mean, that just got weird. Have you ever had koi? I have, yes, but never in an outdoor pond. But I'm definitely wanting to do that. Lisa, KG Tropicals, are you guys going to Aquashella in Chicago? I can answer that one. Probably not. And the reason why is because the aquatic experience is like 2 weeks after that. So.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Sorry to interrupt. You're on a conversation. We have a generator running. If you guys need to brush teeth, come inside, move food over to a freezer. I got 2 freezers that are up and running, too. So
Well, that's cool. I mean, I think we'll be, because the water's still running, so I think we'll probably be all right. But if it keeps going too far, then maybe I will. I don't know. I appreciate it, though.
Yeah, no problem. I saw you guys sitting in your car. Didn't think to come over and ask earlier, but I didn't want you guys to be without if you needed something from us.
I appreciate it. Not a problem.
Just come. Well, don't ring the doorbell. It don't work right now. Hang on the door. We're up. So.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I appreciate it.
No problem. Sorry to interrupt you.
Hey, no problem. Yeah, that happened. That's my neighbor being friendly. You probably heard him, I'm sure, offering up their generator. Very, very cool of him. I don't even remember what I was saying. About Aquashella in Chicago. It's like right at the same time as the aquatic experience. So, oh boy, we have a lot of people joining us that aren't aware of what's going on. So I'm going to probably have to continue explaining what's going on. And that is that our power here in King George, half of King George is out of power. That's why my neighbor just knocked on the window. He offered his generator up to us, which is very, very cool. The power's out, so I couldn't stream at the normal location. So now here I am talking to you in my van, sitting out in front of my house in the air conditioning, which is kind of nice. And then, yeah, that's what's happening here. I'm streaming to you on cellular data, but we have unlimited data, so who cares? Fish Tank Barn came in and said, hey, John, I'm looking for an idea for a cichlid species for 120 gallons, 4x2, no other fish in the tank. One particular species, 4 foot by 2 foot by what? Because you left that part out. It's 120 gallon, so that'd be 4 by 2 by 18. Is that what it is? It's like a 75, just a foot longer or 2 feet longer. African cichlids for 120. I call those 125 gallon tanks. 4 by 2 by 2. That's more than 120 gallons, dude. I think that's 180, isn't it? Or 150. Anyway, who cares? If I could only pick one, because I'm assuming what you want to do is breed them. That's cool. 4 foot, so you can't go with the trouts. I would love to see the trouts. A 4 foot tank, oh boy, geez. Maybe Diddy comps. I love compressiceps. Man, I haven't really thought about. Okay, I know what it's going to be. It's the, what is it? See, I don't do scientific names, but I think it would. I call them yellow blaze. The name just escaped me. Who cares? Yellow blaze, Arista yellow blaze. That is the one that I would probably go with. That is a striking fish. The males are kind of a longer fish, bright blue, super dark yellow blaze. Absolutely love it. That's probably what I'd go with if I could only have one. Susie Q is in here with us tonight, and I've been wondering about her, but I'm not going to tell you why. Been a little bit concerned about her, but anyway, I do Burchardies or compressiceps, both great fish, and I'd buy your babies. That's cool. That's a great, I mean, Burchardi is great. I always automatically assume we're talking about bigger fish, though. That's why I did that. About to treat my sick koi fish, Opal. I've learned so much from your channel, and you were a big factor in me taking action. Now, thank you for the great content. I hope your power gets back up soon. Thank you so much. And however it was that we helped you, I'm very, very glad that we did that. Just picked up a yellow blaze 3 days ago. He is a hoot. He is hot. That's what you meant, but you spelled hoot. But awesome. I love that fish. Aristo yellow blaze. It's a lithobate, something or something, something, something else. Love that fish. Always have. Is that an E350 van? No, not even close. It is a Ram ProMaster City, which is the minivan Ram commercial van. It might look big in this, but it's really not. It's a compact, small van. So definitely perfect for what I do, because I don't need to transport big stuff. So it's Perfect. Newbie in the fish world here. Just got a 50-gallon tank with one lonely angelfish. How many of these bad boys, are you Jay Wilson now? Can I keep in there? And could I keep a catfish type in there? Stay safe out there. Yeah, I'm a little worried. People knocking on my door, people banging on my van that live under my roof. How dare they? But yeah, no, this is a safe neighborhood. We're right outside a naval base. We're in King George, so everybody has guns. I ain't worried about it. We'll be all right. But how many angels was the question? And if you're wondering what the heck is going on here, when you mobile live stream, the chat is on the screen, so I have to keep going and scrolling this way, which is really annoying, but trying to get back to that one. 50-gallon tank, how many angels? Angels are going to get a pretty good size, so I'd probably stick with maximum of maybe like 6, and then put a bunch of small community fish in there. And catfish, yeah, Cory cats. That's where you're going to want to go with that. Look up Corydoras since you're new to the fish world. There will be a 10 Things episode on Corydoras in the near future. If you're really excited about seeing that, let me know, and maybe we'll get it out sooner. But yeah, there's going to be one of those out there. Corydoras, they're small, get you like 6 of them. They'll hover the bottom, they'll patrol the bottom and clean up all the mess. It's very, very nice. Dodge is where it's at. Good taste in fish and vehicles, my man. I've got 2 Dodges. This one is a Ram. It's not a Dodge. They don't call them Dodge anymore. They're Ram. So this one is a Ram, but my pickup truck is a Dodge Ram. Before they took away the Dodge and they just made them Ram, the truck is a Ram. It's a 2008, and I love it. And it's got 140,000 miles on it. So if we can make it big on YouTube one day, maybe Lisa will let me go get a new truck. We'll have to see. Let's see. I'm looking to finally get some Corys. Yeah, Corys are awesome. I love them. We've got 7 or 8 of them right now. I have a 90-gallon tank with 14 cichlids, 2 pairs convicts, 4 red mouth, 4 Dumpsies. I think you mean Dempsey's. That's cute. I see what you did there. LOL, young fish. But both plurals, convicts just have babies. Yeah, they're going to keep doing that because convicts are the rabbits of the fish-keeping world, and they breed like crazy. So, got to expect that. I'm not an old man. I am an old man. But I have perfect vision, folks. But with this light right here and the little tiny text on the screen of the phone, I've got an iPhone 8 Plus. It's a big phone, but it's very, very small, in case you're wondering why I'm like, huh? Hey, John just got a 6-foot tank going to be our new South. Oh, and the chat dims after like 2 seconds. That's why I got to keep touching it. Going to be our new South American cichlid tank, and I'm looking to use a sump tank, not sure on size or media. What would you recommend? For a 6-foot tank, I'm assuming 125 gallons, because I just always assume when you say 6-foot tank, I'm always assuming 125 gallons. But the thing is, my 240 is 6 feet. So 6 feet could be a lot of things, but I just automatically assume 125 gallons. Could be a 180, could be a 150. Anyway, I would probably use a 55-gallon. They're deeper. You can do a lot of things with them. They're taller. You can do a lot of things with them, and they're long enough to where you can really get in there and do some creative things as far as places to store your biomedia and all that kind of stuff. That's what I'd do, and I've done that. When I first got my first 240, which we had back at the shop, the first sump that I set up on that tank was a 55, and it worked really well. So. Should have a second phone to read the chat on the screen. See, that's a brilliant idea, but I'm never going to do this on my phone unless it's a situation like this, or I'm traveling somewhere or something like that. I'm not going to get another phone just for that. I do have an iPad, but the iPad is it's Wi-Fi. It's not a cellular one, so I'd have to do a hotspot. And so if I was doing a hotspot, sitting in my van, live streaming on cellular data, not sure how well that would all work out. But if I was in the house, it'd probably be fine because I'd be hooked up to our regular Wi-Fi, which is not working right now. And no, how dare you say, was that a bong hit? No, I'm a vapor. Come on. Giving me a hard time. Everybody likes to do that. What size canister would you recommend for a 75-gallon tank housing an Oscar and an African cichlids? I know, but it works, and they came with the tank, no aggression, switching from too large hang on the backs. Did you watch my video I put up on Wednesday? You would see, I don't think you're crazy at all. That wasn't my tank, but it's another very prominent YouTuber that does that. I'm shiny tonight. I don't think it's crazy. I think if you're able to do something and it works, then good for you. Who cares? But anyway, what size filter would I use? I'm going to tell you, first of all, when it comes to canisters, I have used Rena's. Is it pronounced Rena? Rena? I don't know. I didn't like those filters at all. I used them way back in the day. I've used a couple of Eheims, which were very good. Right now, I have fluvels. I have a ton of fluvels right now. I've got more fluvels on the way. The new 7 series, I've got 2 407s being sent to me that I will be putting on my 75s. And I'll do videos on them. I'm probably going to do a You Ought to Know episode. You ought to know about the 7 series from Fluval. So be on the lookout for that. The only ones that I can really speak on right now are FX4, FX5, FX6, because I've always had a lot of big tanks. And I love them. I mean, they're awesome. I'm a huge fan of those. There's been a lot of stuff being said by multiple large YouTube channels about canister filters. I don't disagree with those guys. They have their opinions. I personally like canister filters. I mean, I just do. Are they as effective as a sump? No, I don't think so. Are they as customizable? And can you do as many things with them as you can with sumps? No, of course not. Are they as efficient as sumps? Probably not. However, they're a lot quieter than sumps, and in a lot of cases, they're easier to maintain because most sumps are going to be big units. Like mine on my 240 is massive. It's almost 6 feet long. So it's not like you can just unhook your hoses and pull it out of there and maintain it. It's like a whole thing to get it out of there. In fact, I've never taken it out of the stand. I think they built the stand around it, if I'm being honest with you. But the new tank that I have coming is actually an open stand. There's no doors on it or anything like that. It's an open metal stand, which I actually like. The sump is going to be fully exposed. Let me tell you something. One of the things I'm going to struggle with on that is it's going to be loud, and it's fully exposed. So I don't know how I'm going to quiet it down. And if there's one thing I cannot stand, newsflash here, folks, Lisa can tell you, I cannot stand fish tanks that are noisy. I just can't stand them. If I'm in a fish room that's like a working fish room, that's one thing. It's not a big deal. But if I have a tank in my living room, I will not have it make noise. It will be silent. There will not be a hum from a air pump. There will not be an impeller that's got something stuck in it that's going. There will be nothing. There will be no sound whatsoever, no water movement, no nothing. I can't stand that. It just bothers me. Which is kind of weird because Lisa and I have a little thing that we turn on at night when we go to sleep that makes the sound of rain. So it's kind of weird, isn't it? But especially in my, you ought to know, no noisy fish tanks. Exactly. In my office, I cannot stand if there is even the slightest bit of trickle. I can't stand it because it's distracting and I'm trying to work and, you know. When it comes to the garage, it is going to be a fish room, and there's going to be fish room stuff out there. But I want to stream out there. I want to do videos out there, and I don't want to compete with the sound of that sump. In my 240, the sump is kind of noisy, but you close the doors and you barely hear anything. It's just the slightest amount of sound from it. Water running is what it sounds like. No hum from the motors because I put some pads underneath them. When I say motors, I meant pumps. No sound from any of that. It's really, really quiet, but it's even quieter because you can shut the doors. But this new one is going to be completely wide open. So that's going to be something to compete with. Stay tuned to find out how I handle that. But you need surface agitation, John. You have to endure the noise, embrace the noise. Yeah, well, you can have surface agitation without it making noise, dummy. It just needs to be moving. It doesn't need to be splashing, Kevin Green. Come on, man. What are you thinking? John would hate my office tanks and home tanks noise. Listen, I don't care if your tanks make noise, but if I'm sitting in my office, Lisa could tell you right now. She's in the chat right now. She could tell you. One of the tanks in my office, 2 of the tanks are hers. 3 of the tanks are mine. And hers was making all kinds of noise today. And I was like, woman, you better get that thing taken care of before I get home because it's going to drive me crazy. And I'm streaming tonight. And now here I am streaming in my van, which is weird. But anyway, there was somebody saying, would I make a video on something? I don't know who that is. Let me take another hit from my bong here. I just got demonetized. Would you consider doing a video on how to establish a new tank without cycled filter media? That's what I'll have to do when I get back into the hobby. I'm going to be doing that very soon. This is actually our Marine showing up. He doesn't like to be called a Marine anymore. I don't know, whatever. But they're pulling up. So I am going to be starting that new 240, new 400, and the 240. I'm going to be starting those 2 up at the same time, and I'm not going to have any cycled media to put in there with them. So I will be cycling from scratch. But I just got, 2 days ago, my good friend Jay Wilson sent me some of the Turbo Start 700, I think that's what it's called. I'm sorry. It's been a long week. The Fritz product, he sent me the big giant bottle of it. And this is supposed to be the best stuff in the world. I am going to be doing videos about that when I start up those tanks. So you will see what I do in that. And that's supposed to be a product that is sent from the gods. And we'll see. I believe in it because I know the reputation of Fritz. I know the things that they've done as far as cycling like public aquariums and stuff like that. I mean, the stuff is the real deal. So I believe in it, and I'm excited to try it out. But for right now, it's just sitting in my refrigerator. So we'll see what happens there. But really excited about that. But then other than that, you just got to go old school, dude. And there has been well, I won't say that, but there's been some people criticizing me that all I do is talk about the cycle. So anyway, shouldn't have opened that can of worms. Yeah, Fritz seems to have good stuff. I've used quite a bit of their stuff, the water conditioners and algae products, and I love the glass cleaner stuff. I've used a lot of their stuff. It is not Fritz Zyme 7 candy. This is like a more super duper product. I think the Fritz Zyme 7 is the one that does not need to be refrigerated. This one has to be refrigerated. Like when Jay sent it to me, it was in a cooler with ice packs and stuff like that in it. It's like, yeah, it's like the real stuff. But I'm not well versed in the product yet. I need to familiarize myself with it, and I will do that before I do a video on it. So you need to talk about the cycle. It's so important. Once it's not enough. Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. And you know what? Wait a minute. Can't talk about the cycle enough. Always people that ought to know. Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, the cycle is the most important aspect of this hobby. But as far as I'm concerned, the nitrogen cycle and patience are the 2 most important things in all of fish keeping. Spoiler alert, that's going to be on 10 Things this Sunday. But it is the most important thing. And so I agree. You can't talk about it enough. But, you know, I mean, I've been accused of talking about it too much. And maybe I do. All right. How long have we been going here? 44 minutes. I'm going to cut it off at an hour because at some point, my neighbor was friendly enough to come over here and offer up the generator. Lisa's watching. It was Bo, by the way, in case you're wondering. It was not Dara. It was Bo that came over and offered the generator. And he said, if you need it, go over there. Don't ring the doorbell because it's not working. Knock, and they'll let us in, and we can go in there and brush our teeth and stuff. That was very, very cool of him. I've set up about 10 tanks without cycling and haven't lost any fish. Yeah, you don't have to lose fish in a cycle. I haven't lost fish cycling tanks either. But you got to do it right. What do you think? You don't need to go all caps. I hear you. It's no big deal. You don't have to yell at me. What do you think about built-in sumps and how would you size it? Built-in sumps and how would you size it? That's a confusing question. The all caps fish are happier than I've ever been because of the stuff I've been getting from you. My angels are even fighting with me through the class. Well, how about that? I love to hear that. So everybody's back now? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm on cellular, so it is what it is. Am I back for everybody now? I don't know. I'm going to stick around here for a couple of minutes and see what happens, because now the last message I got was, from Suzy Q. Back for me. I just refreshed. Okay. All right, cool. All right, we're back. So we got to start winding things down here. Oh, no. Why is anybody even watching this? I'm always amazed by that. It's just, I don't know. Well, damn, the stream stopped on my end. Yeah, refresh. Big puppy. Is that your name? This is a disaster, folks, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry to do this. I wasn't going to do it. But like I said, I was like, well, I'm going to go charge my phone. I might as well stream from my van. We're watching because we're Fish Fam, and we are available. Well, that's cool. We watch because you are captivating. Ooh. That's a great word, captivating. I like that. I captivate you. That's a beautiful thing. Any tips on getting food to catfish when the peacocks just keep eating it? That is tricky. It is a challenge that a lot of people have. One of the things that I've done is, I know it's going to sound silly, but I've done this and it's worked, is you kind of coax. The Africans are easy to feed because they'll basically go wherever your hand is. So if your tank is long enough, you kind of take the Africans down to one end, and then you drop some food in the other end. You drop them in both ends. You know what I mean? Where you're dropping the catfish on food on one end, and you're dropping the African food. So they're all over here going at the top, or going crazy and going nuts for the food, while you're dropping catfish food down the other side. That's what I've done. I've done that before, and somebody's coming out. I don't know if that's Lisa. Is that you? I think Lisa might be coming out to say hi. Maybe not. She might be coming out to say, the stream isn't on anymore. You cut off. But it is. Hi.
Hi.
She's right here.
So the power company said that there is no estimated time of it coming back on now.
That's wonderful.
Yay.
Well, we're not going to have our little running water sound effects thing when we... Oh, I can have it on my phone, but my battery will die. We'll have to see.
Have to go take a cold shower.
Just take a quick one so I have... It's not going to be cold.
So you can have hot water?
Well,
yeah.
So we both can. Yeah. Who is the one that takes the shower last every night? That one. This guy, right here. I'm the guy that showers right before I get into bed, and that means I'm going to have a cold shower tonight. That's going to be exciting. Giants beat the Skins twice this year. How dare you? How dare you bring that up right now? Just shower in the morning. I can't do it. I can't sleep if I haven't showered. It's just weird. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm old. I've always been that way, though. I've always been a nighttime showerer. Anyway, are we really talking about my showering schedule? We have a 90-gallon water heater. But we have 8 people that live in our house. I think it's 8. So, yeah, we'll have to see. Chad Krotz coming in again. Thank your local utility workers. They do thankless work. Fun stream nonetheless. Yeah, you know what? These are people that I kind of work. I don't work in an industry at all like power. But I used to work in the utility industry way back. And the people that deal with you are never happy because they're dealing with you because they have a problem. And it's kind of that way with my work right now because I fix furniture and it is, I work for warranty companies. When you buy furniture, you pay extra money to get the extended warranty on your furniture. And when you have a claim, I'm the guy that shows up to your house to fix them, to fix the furniture. And so the people are not happy. Their furniture's messed up, and they're not happy with it. So I'm used to that kind of thing, too. But it's not quite at the same level that utility companies have to deal with. And I completely agree. I don't get mad with this kind of stuff because I used to work in that industry, and I know what it's like. I don't get mad at security checkpoints because I used to work at that industry, too. And I get it. I understand people have to be safe. So just don't sweat the small stuff. Just do your thing. And there you go. We're going to go to the Nats game on Saturday because it's bobblehead day. I got to go get my Captain Zimmerman bobblehead. It is Ryan Zimmerman. If you don't know baseball, you don't know who that is, but that's okay. Ryan Zimmerman, who was the first baseman for the Nats, dressed up as Captain America in a bobblehead. Forget about it. So I got to go up there that day. I'm going to go in there, and they are going to check us from head to toe before we go in the stadium, and I'm going to be completely fine with that. We have a new member, ladies and gentlemen, Fiona Fisher. What a perfect name for this kind of a channel, Fiona Fisher. Welcome to the channel, and thank you so much for becoming a channel member. That is a very cool thing. We got to do a members-only live stream, not from my van, but we've got to do a members-only live stream. We've got to do one of those in the very near future because it's been a few weeks since I've done one of those. So, yeah, if Lisa's getting into bed, not getting into bed, but getting in the shower to then go to bed, it's probably time that I close things up here too. So, yeah, going to walk back into my pitch black house and we'll see how things go. I don't know, but this has actually been kind of fun. I've kind of enjoyed myself here tonight. I was expecting, I told her, good night, Sam. I told her, I said, I'm going to go say hi to everybody in the van. And now here I am going on an hour. So this has been fun. It has been unique. It's been interesting. And I'll probably delete this because why? Would I keep this up? If somebody, let me tell you something. If somebody watches this on replay and watches it all the way to the end, I'd like you to comment, please, in the chat. I'd like to know that you did that because I think you're crazy. If you stayed all the way to the end of this, you're nuts. So, but I love it. And look at this. This is what happens. This is what you people do to me. You do it all the time. I say I'm going to go, and then everybody starts throwing money at me. We've got Edge Crusher TWR with a $20 super chat and no comment. Just, here you go. Take my money. That's what that guy said. So that is very cool. And the weird thing is, it's this weird phenomenon that happens on these live streams. When I say I'm going to go, that's when the super chats come in. Listen, folks, I had a whole thing planned for tonight. Last week was a mess because of the softball tournament. And so this week I wanted to do it right. I had all of the questions laid out. I had everything ready to go. It was going to be a fun stream. And then there's this. But it is what it is. I'm here. I enjoyed myself. I hope you enjoyed hanging out. in the van with me. If you ever want to know what a day in the life of me is, this is it right here. Because I spend a minimum of 10 hours a day in this van for my job. My job is drive for an hour and a half, spend 10 minutes in a customer's house. Drive for 30 minutes, spend 20 minutes in a customer's house. Drive 15 minutes. It's just more time in the van than anything else. And so this is what it would be. If I did a day in the life video, a daily vlog, it would be this. And Edge Crusser decided to do it again. I guess he liked just hearing his name said and said, you know what, I want to hear it again. I want to hear that bald guy in his van, in his driveway, which probably looks really creepy. I want to see him say my name again. That's fun. That is fun. That is cool. Thank you very, very much for that. $30. I mean, that's incredible that somebody would do that. And I still don't understand why that happens. But it happens, and it's a beautiful thing. So certainly not why I do this as far as the live streams go, but it's a bonus, and I'm not going to give it back unless somebody said, hey, we have a real problem. We didn't mean to do that. And then, sure, I guess I would. But what am I doing? What am I saying here? I've got to get out of here because I've got to go in my house where it's black and there's nothing going on in there. So what do we say? Freeze. I'm bald. You're bald. We're all bald. Yeah, we are. Bald is not taboo anymore, though. Remember when it was? People used to get made fun of if they were bald. Not as much anymore. Anyway, this is it, folks. Thank you all so much for tolerating this. This has been a lot of fun, and I didn't expect it to be, but it was, and I have you to thank for that. So there we go. Thank you all so much. And as long as, something like this isn't going on next week, I will see you back here next week for another real live stream, let's hope. And then, of course, there will be 10 Things this Sunday, and there will be a You Ought to Know on Wednesday. So, and the Fish Room videos will start coming very soon. So it's going to be a lot of fun. If you're not subscribed,